What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a home day edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Banners with Peter Clinic, and Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Pretty good day yesterday. LSU football lands Major Burns. If you're not familiar with the backstory, Major Burns, a safety from Madison Prep in Baton Rouge, was committed to LSU for the class of 2019, decommitted in December, flipped to Georgia, and then decommitted, flipped to Georgia, spent his freshman year at UGA, and then entered the transfer portal, and LSU has now signed him. So not only did he commit, but he sent in his paperwork on he sent in his paperwork on Tuesday. So he is officially an LSU Tiger. So I love that. We've talked a good bit about the safety spot on defense really being a trouble spot for LSU last year. And, the only help you really had was moving Jay Ward from corner to safety and then the incoming freshman. You could be really excited about Sage Ryan and Matthew Langlois and Derek Davis and those guys, but they're still true freshmen. So, with Major Burns here, you had a guy that is a former four-star, top 130 player in the country, has SEC experience, is a true safety, 6'2", 180-ish. So I like it a lot, man. To tell you how much of a need that was, LSU and Coach O used their final scholarship in this class to sign Major Burns. I mean, they theoretically could have waited and tried to add a quarterback to replace T.J. Finley, maybe a starting offensive lineman if one popped up in the portal. I mean, they could have just saved the spot and backfilled and used it for this next class and signed 26, but decided to pull the trigger on Major Burns. So Baton Rouge guy who at a position of need, who has SEC experience, I like it a lot. It's a lot different, I would say, than feeling like you need some help at corner, and so you find who was the guy from Nichols last year? Darren Evans. So remember last year, you feel like you're kind of thin at corner, so you go sign Darren Evans from Nichols, 1-year guy who had only played at the FCS level at Nichols, and it didn't really work out for him. He didn't adjust well to the step up in competition. Really was a non-factor. So in many respects, you kind of wasted that spot because you could have left that scholarship open and used it in this most recent class to backfill, but they didn't. So same thing a few years ago, Terrence Alexander, if you remember. So I like it. I like it a lot. Let's say some good mornings here. Jeff McKithen, good morning. Kelly Presley, good morning. Breezy Bro, what up, what up? Hard to follow LSU baseball pages on social media because of the outraged fans who only comment after a loss. They act like there's a top 3 coach just waiting to come to LSU. Well, there might be. But here's the point I'll make about last night. And y'all know my thing on midweek games, so whatever. Will Helmers, Blake Money, Alex Brady, Michael Fowler, Theo Millis, Trent Vittmeyer, Aaron George, Jacob Hasty. Used 8 pitchers last night. 8. How many of those guys threw a single pitch in the most recent SEC weekend against Alabama? I mean, we know Friday night was Marceau and Fontenot finished the whole thing. Sunday was Hilliard, Edwards, Floyd. So none of those guys there. Let me check Saturday again, because Saturday was the one game that I missed. We know Labus started it. Let's see, Labus, Javen Coleman went the 4 runs, and then Vittmeyer. So Vittmeyer threw 8 pitches on Saturday. Of the 8 pitchers LSU used on Tuesday night against Northwestern State, the only one that threw on the weekend was Vittmeyer, and he threw 8 pitches in the loss. Yo, come on. Like, anyway. Dylan Landry, Bud Smith, good morning. Dylan, it's your birthday. If Drew can make an appearance, would love that. Dylan, I hope so, man. He's still sleeping. It's a St. Lillian day, so not great odds. But if we don't get it, if he's not awake, shoot me a message, and I will do my dead level best. I'll get him to sing, and we'll record it. I'll send it to you. Buddy Higgins, good morning. Earl, Joseph, Lytle, how bad is that loss hurt LSU's postseason chances? I'm not sure if you're being serious, Earl. So I'll answer you seriously. None whatsoever. Like, literally 0. Their RPI's at 22. Plenty good enough. Had Teddy Cahill from Baseball America on AFR yesterday. If you missed it, would highly recommend you go back and listen to that interview. They had LSU out last week. They have LSU in now. I asked him about Northwestern State. He said point blank, doesn't really help you, doesn't really hurt you. It's a non-factor. So the 2 things that the committee is going to be looking at are strength or are RPI and the number of SEC wins. So he basically said, go win this weekend against Texas A&M and you're in. So anyway, so how much did last night hurt? None. I know that's really hard conceptually for people to understand. Like, why play a game if it doesn't matter? Because you play so many. When you play 30 games in the SEC, where they're all against, top 60 RPI teams, really, and half your schedule's against teams in the top 15 of the RPI. That's how LSU ends up with the second hardest strength of schedule. So, people are talking about, projecting Louisiana Tech as a host. LSU's pounded Tech twice. It really doesn't matter. It's not me doing the whole midweek game thing, whatever. I'm telling you, fundamentally, that game last night does not matter. Before last night, LSU was undefeated in midweek games. They had not lost a single midweek game all year, and they were still projected out of the field. Those games just don't matter. Every team wins some of those and lose some of those, and it's not gonna matter on your resume. It's just not. So LSU goes and wins 2 this weekend in College Station. They're in. The midweek apocalypse people got through it. Kirk, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I get to go have fun with that today on air. After last week, we did the midweek champions bit, and then they lost. It's so much fun. I get to do, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do something fun today to start the show for sure. Brock Pendarvis, good morning. Brian and Andy Penn, good morning from Larma, Colorado. Haven't been in a while. Been a rough week for me and my daughter. Keep us all in prayer. Have been and will continue to do so, Brian. Y'all be safe on the road, man. Thinking about y'all for sure. Paul Batts, we're blaming L's on the weather now. Paul Maneri said the team wasn't ready to play. They were convinced that they weren't going to play because of the weather, and so they came and weren't ready to play, which, it was pretty lifeless in the state. I went yesterday. The Guarantee Suite had, we had Joel and Sean McMullen from Michelle. If y'all remember Sean McMullen from the 2013 and 2014 teams, Joel is the president CEO of Michelle, and Sean, who played at LSU, of course, is one of their account agents and or account managers, and so they were both there yesterday. It was really cool to get to hang out with them and talk some ball and just hang out a little bit. So the first game I go to in forever, they lose. Let's see. Trivia Carter, what's up? Brady Smith, good morning. Woke up this morning, looked at my crypto wallet, not great. Brady, that's the markets, man. It is all, like the best comparison that I could give you is like a roller coaster. There's a difference between volatility and risk, and a roller coaster is volatile. There are ups and downs, twists and turns, but there's not a whole lot of risk. You pretty much know where you're ending up. Same with the crypto market. Honestly, so for those that don't know, crypto has taken a big dip in the last week. I am very excited about this correction because, Brady, this is when you buy. Like, you buy the dip. So, man, looking at Bitcoin at 39,000 this morning, I was like, give me some. So, yeah, I mean, it's just Ethereum at 25 or 22, whatever it was this morning. I mean, when are you ever going to see that? You know what I mean? So buy the dip. Jason Mabio, good morning. Jerry Spurgeon, what's up, Spurge? Michael Castello, Roy, Tufik, Isa, good morning. Sons of Edelweiss, good morning. Yeah, y'all, please hit the thumbs up if you're over there on YouTube. We're obviously still growing the YouTube side of things. So 20 watching over there, 8 likes. If you would hit the like, that's the thumbs up. If you're on your phone and you see the live chat, you have to X out of the live chat. Hit the little thumbs up, and then you can hit the live chat button right back, and it'll pop up again. So thank you all so much for watching. Breezy Bro, Ryan Dixon, why is Cobble so salty? So Cobble tweeted last night something about like this team isn't good and yada yada yada. I don't know. Look, here's the thing. And I replied to him. I was like, it was something about metrics, and I was like, it's the same metrics that have Louisiana Tech hosting and LSU's pounded them twice. Who you play matters, and this team's going to get in. LSU definitely has their flaws. I'm not saying that at all, but it's also negligent to ignore what I just said a bit ago, that LSU threw 8 pitchers last night. 8 pitchers. And 7 of the 8 didn't throw a pitch this weekend against Alabama when you're playing games that actually really matter. So, come on. Like, let's think about this. Tony Williams, good morning. Earl Joseph Lytle, LSU needs to win every game, I think. Leaving everything in NCAA hands. Earl, like, I don't mean to be disrespectful. You're just wrong. Like, that game doesn't matter last night. You have to understand this. Losing that game last night means literally nothing. LSU's RPI is still 22. That's plenty good enough. It is all and if you don't believe me, go listen to the interview with Teddy Cahill yesterday. Teddy Cahill is like a dude who his job is to cover college baseball. Like, he knows way more about all of that stuff than any of us ever will. And he said point blank, RPI, number of SEC wins. And the SEC tournament does also count toward your regular season SEC wins. It's weird, I know, but it does. So, like, your total number of wins against SEC teams. So you win 13 you win 2 against A&M, you get to 13, you go to Hoover, you win a game or 2 or 3, you get to 14, 15, 16, your odds keep going up. But you just, again, Earl, I promise you I'm not being standoffish or disrespectful. I'm just being firm so you understand that I'm not kidding. Like, it really doesn't matter, that game. Like, that game wasn't going to help LSU, wasn't going to hurt LSU. What matters is this weekend. You've got to win 2 out of 3 against Texas A&M. If you win 2 out of 3 against Texas A&M, the Northwestern State thing doesn't matter. If you lose the series against A&M, had you won that game, it's not going to matter. Does that make sense? Maybe that's a different way to say it. Paul Batts, Jacques Doucet's back on Twitter. Order is restored. Good. Hey, Kelly Gross, good morning. Paul Batts will win and Hoover would be lanyap. Yeah, so look, we even went through the scenario with Teddy yesterday. Like, what if LSU plays into the weekend, right? So if you win Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even hypothetically say you win Saturday and get to the championship, you win 5 games. Like, if you are 13 and 17 in the regular season, you go to Hoover and you win 5 games and you get to 18 SEC wins, you're still not hosting. The host sites are already determined. So your ceiling is a 2 seed somewhere. Now, where they send you could matter if you're a stronger 2 seed. Irfan Sayyad, good morning. Chris Williams, good morning. Is getting Burns a big step up for the D? Absolutely, especially at a gigantic position of need. Richard Bruce, I understand most midweek games against weak teams don't matter, but beating Tech twice, a top 22 team, has to count toward RPI or strength of schedule. I would think, nope. Remember, one of the games against Tech was a weekend game. They played it on Monday because it was the opening weekend of the season. It was scheduled for Sunday. They came back and played it Monday because of weather. But even when LSU beat Tech last week in the midweek, it was a marginal difference on their RPI. I'm telling you, it just doesn't matter. Like, anyway. Let's see. Jude Saunier, what are the odds we sweep A&M? Not good, Jude. And I'm not being negative. It's just LSU hasn't swept anybody all year. You've got 9 conference series behind you now, and you've had chances to sweep, and you couldn't do it. This is an LSU team that's just not deep enough, not consistent enough to pull off a weekend sweep, especially on the road. And that's okay. You don't need a sweep. You need to win 2 out of 3. Cliff Nelson, what's up? Something to keep an eye on is A&M does throw a lot of lefties. So curious to see if Maneri goes the more right-handed heavy lineup. Maybe you see more of Zach Arnold this weekend in the lineup to get another right-handed bat in there. Drew Hurst, good morning. Breezy, a win or more in the tourney will help, especially if we take 2 out of 3 this weekend. Look, if you take 2 out of 3 this weekend, you're going to be in. If you go to Hoover and win a couple of games, now it's what you really have to play for is where potentially they send you. Like, I would love it if, let's say, Louisiana Tech does get a regional in Ruston and they send LSU to Ruston. I would love that. That would be amazing. Because LSU's already beat that team twice, and I think they can beat them again twice. I would not love being sent to Eugene, Oregon. Let's see. Yeah, Maneri would have had his 1,500th win last night. Yeah, he was going for number 1,500. Oh, well. Get it this weekend in College Station. Kyle Milliken, at this point, does the defense have any excuse if they are not good this year? No. Now, Kyle, you have to define good. I don't think we're ever going to see defenses allowing 10 points a game. But, last year, when they were literally last in the country in yards per play. I mean, explosive plays. It was the worst defense in the history of LSU, statistically in the history of LSU football. Like, you got to be at least 50% better this year. You have no excuses. New defensive coordinator. You add Mike Jones, who's a projected first-round pick. You add Major Burns now, who supplements you at safety. You got your whole starting defensive line back. You add guys like Mason Smith. I mean, you got Derek Stingley, who's the best cornerback in America. Like, I'm not saying you got to be a top 5 defense, but you better not be triple digits. You better be inside of the top 50. And I would love to see him inside the top 30 in all the major categories: total defense, scoring defense, rush and pass defense. Get inside the top 30 and be an offense that scores 32 a game, and you're gonna have a really good season. So, all right, y'all. I think we're coming down the home stretch here. I need to get Drew up. It is a St. Lillian Day here on this Wednesday. As always, brought to you by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Of course, if you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. Just what you do. And Hudco Roofing. I know a lot of people with the rain have found they got a lot of damage to their roofs. If you want us to come do that free, no obligation roof inspection, best way to do it is go to hudcoroofing.com. You can always call, you can email me, do it, but the best way to do it is go to hudcoroofing.com. There's a contact form, fill out the little contact form, boom, we'll get right in touch with you. Let's see, 2 more. Rode Yule, good morning. If you win this weekend, that's 5 series wins on the year, 4 of which on the road. You can't keep an SEC team out who won half their conference series. Relax, people. Kirk, Paul had a chance to end the year and crack the top 10 in all-time wins. Sits 11, needs 10 wins to hold the top 10 spot. Tony Williams with Ricks and Stingley, LSU's best DBs in the country. I agree. Okay, I think we're done, y'all. As always, shout out to Brock and Hudco. If you've not done so yet, thank you all on YouTube for hitting the like button. If you've not done so yet, please do. That is much, much, much appreciated. And on Facebook, please like the page, share the post. Maybe a little nightcap with Scone tonight if y'all are down for it. Maybe some companion show for baseball Thursday, Friday. We'll see. Give me your feedback as always. I appreciate it. And we will get a little Locked on LSU coming up later this morning. And Locked on LSU and, of course, AFR3. Okay, y'all. See you. Have a great day.